Hi guys, this is a short video on the unboxing and setting up of the ZWO ASI224 colour camera for astrophotography. So no further ado, let's get on with it. Well, here we are. Hopefully we have what we ordered. I always undo these packages with a blade and do it at a very shallow depth, because I've known people ruin the product inside by getting a bloody great dagger or great big knife, or you know, a carving knife, whatever. Even a machete. This is Thailand, you know, could be a machete. Right, pop it out. Nothing great about the packaging. There's the product. Very simple. There it is. The Thai family's kicking off. They're having a feed. When Thais have a feed, everything happens. Right, inside. Now this is wrapped in this sort of thick, it's not polystyrene, what do they call it? It's like a sponge, like a very strong resilient sponge. Anyway, it's wrapped in that. We have a cable, which is this is the cable, I think, that goes from the camera to the computer. Yes, it is, because it's got USB 3 port plug there. That's okay. And this one is a... God, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I always forget. This goes from the camera to the mount. This connects the camera to the mount. Although I've since heard or read on various videos on YouTube that it's best not to use this. It's best to use Wi-Fi direct with the camera, but that's a completely different story. That's a lens cap, I think. This is an 1.25" nose piece here. And there's the camera. Feels good. Feels fairly solid. Yeah, quite happy with that. There we are. Now I think I'm not going to experiment with this at all as yet. I will unscrew this if I... Oh no, it's a cap. Okay, that's a lens cap, and you adjust the focus here with this knob here, just like that. It's very simple. So if you can see that, adjustable like so. Now I think, there we are, the whole thing comes out like so. Oh, there we are. Now what have I done there? I don't know. Anyway, there's the sensor inside. Now it's only a very small sensor. I mean, I'm not going to go through all the bits and pieces, because you would have researched it beforehand, before looking at this video, before deciding on to buy the product. This is really just an unpacking, just to show you what's here and what's not. And what you do, you can unscrew this here with a couple of pieces of steel or screwdrivers or something, and you can thread on this nose piece, which is an 1.25", and that will go directly into your telescope, like so. Now the lens, which I will pop back in if I can, these threads are quite fine. You've got to be careful about over tightening them. Now that is if you want to do like open views, like for example the Milky Way and some such. So that would be ideal for that. I'm not sure what it is, but I've got a feeling it's about 170-degree angle. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that. But anyway, that really is a product. That's what you get. It says on here, CCTV lens, 2.1 fmm, 3 milliamp, or 3 megapixels. Christ. And there is a little booklet here, which I suspect will be in English Chinese, or Chinese English rather. Yeah, English is okay, pretty self-explanatory really. A couple of diagrams, yeah, fine, great. $249, like I say, plus, what was it, 180 odd baht, which there are 31 baht to $1 roughly at the moment, so that'll give you an idea. Right guys, this is my setup. It's by no means perfect, but to start off with, it'll do fine. Now the tripod is fairly rigid, it's not 100%, but it does me. I have a 3 or 4 kilogram weight suspended on the crossbars, and this is a video head I have attached to it. Now I have other heads, but this one with my setup is great for what I want. It gives me plenty of manoeuvrability with quite good precision. Anyway, that's by the by. So this is the ZWO ASI224c Apo refractor scope I bought second hand. That's by the by really. Here we have a red dot finder with the battery removed. I always remove the batteries when not in use, because sometimes you can accidentally turn them on, and when you need the finder you've got no battery. I've done that a few times. Now here's the actual camera attached here, and this is the lead running from the camera to my laptop. Now I've already pre-focused this by shooting the moon a few nights ago when we had some clear skies. So I'm not going to mess around with any of that at all. That's perfectly in focus for the moon, and hopefully when we get another clear patch of sky, maybe the planets, to test out this camera. Okay, now now what I did have to do, I've had this set up before for my Lumix GX8 camera with a 2x Barlow, and I had to remove that because I couldn't get back focus, or I couldn't get forward focus, or whatever focus it was I couldn't get. So that's no problem at all. I've managed to solve that. I've marked each part with a line, inscribed on the dark parts, and with a marker pen on the chromium parts or the aluminium parts, just so that I don't, you know, if I dismantle everything, I can hopefully get it back nearly to focus again. We shall see anyway. Right, ignore this. This is my homemade Heath Robinson bracket to take a guide scope when I eventually get round to that. So this is an unguided setup, okay? Why is it unguided? Well, I'm having trouble with the mount I have, but I shall solve that later on, no doubt. Anyway, it works fine. And if you're wondering what this is, it's like a long toothpick with an elastic band on the focuser. With that, you can gently tease it and get very fine focusing without having to actually physically touch the control knob, because if you do that, the whole thing shakes, and by the time it stops shaking, you know, your object has moved out of frame. So I do that, and it just tease it very, very gently, and you'll get good focus. Anyway, right, now let's have a look at the laptop setup. Right, we've got the laptop all set up. Now this ASICAP app here, you download from the ZWO main site, their website. It's their app for using their cameras, so we'll just get that up and I'll show that to you. There we are, a bit slow there. Now I tried this on the moon the other day, and I just couldn't get on with it for some reason, but I'm not electronically minded, so this is all new to me, so you know, you'll have to bear with me. I've been sort of blundering around in the dark as usual. Haha, excuse the pun. Now I've tried various things here. I won't go into it all there. You know, if you want to get the camera, or if you have the camera, you can look it up yourself. It's no problem. So I just couldn't get on with that, so we get rid of that. I think we get rid of that, yes. Now this is the one I like, Sharp Cap. It's brilliant. It's so simple. You don't need guiding. You don't need anything. Very simple. You pop in your camera here, and there it is. There. It'll come up. Now there's nothing on the screen at all here because I've got it's a breezy day and it's a bit miserable and damp and daylight obviously, and I've got the lens cap on the telescope covered, and I don't really want to take it off or mess around with any of that, so you know, again, that's something you'll play with. And here you have all the bits and pieces here, your gain, your exposure, or this, that and the other, what colour space you want, raw 16, raw 8, and various sort of settings for how you want to save the excuse me, how you want to save the video. Or you can do stills, but it's better to do video, I think. And there you see, you've got, this does SIRS files, which are really super technical, I think. I haven't really gone into them. But you can download in AVI or even TIFF if you want to, JPEG if you want to, I think. So that's it. That really is my setup. Now I will just show you a few shots I took of the moon. Now the seeing was quite good actually. There was no breeze, or very little breeze, and yeah, it was pretty good. But here, where my home base is, we suffer from extreme light pollution. There's street lights all around me, and you know, it's a bit of a bee. That's why I've really gone for electronic astro photography, really. So we'll stop that there. Now these are some of the shots from the camera. They're stacked. I think there's about 30 or 40 lights stacked. I didn't take any darks or anything like that. I never do with the moon because it's so clear. I never had a problem. Anyway, this is my first attempt. So they're okay. They're not brilliant, but you know, they're okay. They're about the same as my GX8 Lumix camera, micro four thirds. But then, like I say, I haven't played with this yet, so I'm hoping to get much better results. But anyway, here you go. Just have a look at these and see what you think. That's straight out of the camera, that is. Again, I think 30 on this one, maybe 60 frames, I can't remember, stacked. There we go. Now that's I post-processed that in ACD Ultimate 2019, which is something like Photoshop, but I find it a lot simpler. You see, it's come out pretty well. The only thing is, I find that if you zoom into this, where I've perhaps over processed it, if you look at the highlight patches, you can see what looks like canvas. Looks like it's printed on canvas. Yeah, it's really weird. You know, I can probably sort that out later on. Now you see it's more marked here. You can see it's you know, very canvas-like, almost like a painting. But again, that's my fault, I think, over processing. But the detail's quite good, isn't it? I mean, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm sure once I get experience at this, I can, you know, do wonders with it. Still not quite there with the focusing, but not too bad. But then again, that's practice. There we are. Anyway, I hope that was useful to you, and enjoy your night photography. Okay guys, thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Okay, Bye. If it's of any interest to you, perhaps you'd like to visit my YouTube channel and maybe leave a comment, a like, or a subscription. Anyway, there are many more videos on my channel, so perhaps I may have used you. Thanks for watching. Bye.